Welcome to the Maturity Project. I am your host, Chad Everbroshears, and we are continuing a series talking about relationships. This is a very big topic because relationships can actually span quite a few things, from the personal to the professional to combinations, transactional, societal and community based. There's all kinds of stuff when it comes to relationships. But the thing that most of us aren't considering is, if you're listening to this video and you're watching it, there's a very good chance you're not going into your very first relationship. You've likely been through a few. If you feel that you always seem to date the same kind of person, or you always seem to find the loser, or whatever your term is you'd like to title that person or those types of people, the lowest common denominator is you. You're not auditing yourself. Now, if you were to look at your dating history as a resume, and then you look back and you say, okay, based off of these attributes and the things that, again, you're putting yourself out there to find a job, right? Well, list all of those things that actually make you who you are in each one of those relationships, and what is the benefit about why somebody should date you based off each one of those relationships, like you would do on a resume. Why should somebody hire you if you're putting out the stuff that's the desirable aspects and attributes about who you are? But what we aren't putting on there, but you really do want for the personal side, is to put the things on there that you didn't like about that particular relationship. And then you do that for each one of those, or at least go back, because some of us have had a lot more than just a couple or a handful over the course of a decade or more, or however long. So you might want to just go by the ones that are really memorable. So, I dated this person for so many years, and this is, and then you learned your lesson or whatever it is, and you kind of hold that as a placekeeper about that relationship. Well, take those and put them in. Like, remove the short term or the hookups or the flings or the casual or whatever. If it didn't have that, impact on you about who you are or something about you in that relationship, you shouldn't list that one, right? Because if you're going for an interview, nobody cares that you work for 3 weeks at, some corn dog stand, right? Or you interned at Blockbuster. They don't care about that stuff. They want to know the jobs that you stuck with for a while, and that's typically what we show and tell people about our history. Right? So, same thing in the dating world. But this is for you and your own evaluation. If you haven't done this, this is a damn good place to start reinventing yourself. Like Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in the world. Like I say, don't wait for the person that you want to date. Become the person that you want to date. Put it out there. It's a beautiful thing that happens when you start showing people the kind of person that you want to date by being that person. You start linking in with other people. So, auditing. Audit your relationships. Audit yourself. Put it in there. Like, just do a quick little sentence, right? Write it out. If you'd like to actually get something a bit more formal, send me an email at yourmaturityproject@gmail.com. I'll be happy to get to it and to give you a basic formal documentation that will have you fill in the pieces, fill in the blanks, and you will know who you have been in relationships. I'll give you this, and then we're going to close the video. We're going to make this a beautifully short video today. I did an exercise one time. And this is the first time I did it, man, it hit me like a sucker punch. Like, I felt like I got into a fight with Mike Tyson. Right? It was rough. There was a series of questions that I had to ask people that I consider to be the closest people in my life. And they were basic, simple questions like, what could you count on me for? What can you not count on me for? Am I trustworthy? What is the best things about me? And what are some of the things that that I could work on? It was really interesting. There's a few more questions that kind of got a bit personal. And what was really fascinating to me is that at times I felt like people were talking about somebody other than who I am, other than me. Like, they're talking about another person. Like, okay, there's some incongruency between the way that I express myself and the way that I'm received and the way that I believe that I'm expressing myself. Some work to do here. Same concept here. Do some work. It's either that or continue to be the person that goes on the social media that tries to find some, clout chasing therapist, or somebody that's just going to be like, hey man, I validate you because I gave you an emotional react on that particular post because you're going through some stuff and I can't wait to slide up in those DMs, or whatever the hell you're going to get out of it. But, a lot of people are not going to give you the best when it comes to your social media. So people run to that when they want comfort because they want that validation. That is the real easily won validation versus the hard-fought validation. Which hard-fought validation is actually making the progress in your life that you want to make, and it's not somebody else validating you, it's you doing it to yourself. That's a harder process, and that's what we're actually about here at the Maturity Project. If we need to use those soft, superficial validations, okay, but we're going to take a little gingerbread trail, and we're going to get you right down to that deeper stuff so that you can actually have a more meaningful experience and develop and mature, so that you can stop the complaining and start the living. Because every time I hear people complaining, they're living in the past. They're not living in the now, and they're not living for a future. They're just complaining. And I got to tell you what, if you're going to make a spectator sport out of complaining, woo, you're not going to be very happy with the long-term outcome of that. You'll become more and more miserable. Let's not do that. Let's break free of it. All right, do yourself and even me a favor here. Share this video with the person in your life that you want to enroll in the changes that you're up to. You're not enrolling them that they support you anywhere beyond just that they know you're up to something. You're not asking them for money, for time, the education. You're not asking for any other type of support necessarily. Now, they may offer it, who knows, but you want to enroll them in the fact that you're up to making some changes. Because when you go through the stress that comes through change, those people will want you to go back to who they know you to be when you were at your happiest or your most content or your least stressed, which will be the person that you are changing, the person that you are outgrowing, the one you're maturing beyond. They don't want to bring you back there because they care about you. It's an empathy connection. That's it. They don't know. You haven't enrolled them. That's why I say share this video. You can enroll them that way. At least they understand. If you don't tell them, they fill in the void. They fill in the blanks. They don't know what else to do. They're just trying to help you. So, all right. I'm your host, John Everbroshears. This is the Maturity Project. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe to the channel, please. That does help us out. That helps us grow. If you have a topic that you'd like to discuss when it comes to relationships, this goes from everything from open relationships to celibacy, traditional, religious, the whole shebang, right? Put a comment in the comment section, or you can send me an email at yourmaturityproject@gmail.com. It will be in the description of this video. You can also grab it there and send us over an email. It's a way to contact us. And we can talk a little bit more about things that are very specific to you. Look, we all go through our own things. We've been cheated on. We've done the cheating. Like, there's all kinds of stuff in that world. We can work our way through it. So let's do it. Let's do it together. It's a Maturity Project. All right. Yesterday's failures give us an opportunity for tomorrow's success. So we're going to learn from it all. All right, let's get up to something. Let's get up to it together. Catch you on the next one. See ya.